Hey Raiders, it's another week. Thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode. I'm going to be talking about psychology of play week 2, and what we did and what my assignment was. It was, if you've been following along in this series, it's pretty much exactly the same thing as we did last week, except I get to choose two different quests to do, but the same format and everything's still the same. But I would still hope you stick around with me and we go through all of this good info. Anyway, so my big takeaway from week 2 psychology of play is they really wanted to teach you how to change your outlook on life and using optimism in your life the best way you can, and not to be pessimistic, and different ways to be able to do that and achieve those skills. They also talked about flow, which is essentially if you ever done something really that you really enjoy and then you realize that 3 hours have gone by and you have no idea how that happens. That's flow, and that's essentially a mind state you get into when you are thoroughly enjoying what you do. It could be anything from playing a video game and you're really good at it and you're just flowing through it, or it could be painting something. It could be anything like that. It's whatever you're good at or feel comfortable with. It could be fishing, it could be anything like that. So that's kind of a general summary. Like I said, I'm not going to go too deep into these videos. These are just to kind of help you put some of those nerves behind you and not worry so much about what these classes are about. Also, I don't want to, essentially give away the answers for everything. You guys need to study and learn all this stuff yourself. I'm just kind of giving you an overview of what we did and what the assignments and what is expected of you for an A. Right now I'm sitting at a 4.0. I've only done one course my first month, and I got 4.0 there. So far we're still continuing the 4.0 streak. I've got all hundreds and everything I've done. So yeah, with that being said, let's jump into what is expected of you. So we will switch over to the live scene here. Bear with me here. So this is the discussion. It's the same thing as before in week 1. You have to do these two. You have to select 2 quests. I believe I chose 2 and 4. 2 and 4, I believe. I'm already on week 3, so we're kind of flying by. But you pick one of these 2. I'll scroll a little slower so you can kind of get an idea of what they ask of you. You essentially do these 2 quests, and you have to essentially show your an infographic, like a poster of such. Well, it tells you what you need to do if you want to do these quests, and usually it's always like an infographic poster about what you learned and things like that, and we'll get right into that right now. So let's see here. I put away all my stuff, and this is way too big for some reason. Okay, and we'll go into week 2. So what they wanted of me to do, what I did was a weekly planner of, I don't know how well you can see that. I had to kind of make it bigger, but essentially it's a weekly planner, and you just fill it out and what you're doing for play, what you're doing those days to have fun, keep yourself fit and well. And then push is essentially things you want to do and learn a new skill that might be hard or difficult for you to achieve. And then down here, it's you have to answer these simple questions. We won't go to they're really simple. Don't fret. We won't go into them. Nothing. I know you guys can do this. It's very straightforward and straight shooting. So the weekly planner was the first quest deliverable, and then the second one was oh yeah, so I listened to a podcast, and then I had to essentially give my takeaways, what resonated with me the most from that podcast. And there's a bunch of them you can choose from, and I choose anxiety because I deal with that. If you guys don't know, bipolar 1 with anxiety and depression, so I deal with that constantly. So it was good to learn something new about what I suffer from as a mental illness that I deal with them on the daily. But those were the 2 quest deliverables, and then essentially what they want you to do is answer these questions. They really want 5 to 6, 100 to 150 words per like paragraph per answer. You'd be surprised how many people don't read the instructions. Really read the instruction, guys. Like, really read the instructions, because you can get docked for stuff. Things like, I don't know if you can really see it here, if we can get a little bigger. But if you notice, like the underlines, that's actually was required in the reading. So it says you need to underline 2 of the topics that your quest connected back to the reading material. So like it says right here, how do your quest experience connect back to the reading material? And then you had to underline 2 topics as you were talking about the subject. I did 2 topics for each of my quest deliverables, because that's what they show as exemplary work. And then there's just this last question to ask. This was actually part, don't worry too much about this. This is actually part of that picture I just showed you with the crying lady. It's just me typing it out. I always recommend too, if they give you Word and everything, so you get access to all the stuff, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, all that stuff. So you be using it, and when you're working on your stuff, even if it's a discussion thread and you have to like usually type it into the box and hit submit, it'd behoove you to write it out first in a Word document, check the spelling, all that good stuff that Word offers, then come back into here, and you can see right here, I can't post anything obviously because I'm done, but this is where you would come down and then individually put in the paragraphs and make sure everything looks nice. Because, and a lot of people, this is another question a lot of people get in the class, I've noticed, is they always want an example of what you need to do, but they give you an example right here. If you're new to Full Sail and all this, and you're still going through the motions, they literally, if you scroll down, you can go down, it says go to where you're about to turn it in, it says go to discussion. Click go to discussion, boom. This is what they want from you. This is what they want from you guys. Just, I don't say copy it, but use the structure of it. Look how it's laid out, how everything's laid out. That look, a paragraph for each quest when you're doing that questions, 2 paragraphs for each. You see how I did it? I did exactly as they told me to. Look, there's the thing, and then I put his was about energy vampires, mine was about anxiety. But you see how that works there? But yeah, that's pretty much my main takeaway from it. It was mainly learning how to change optimism and using positive emotion to affect your life and look at the glass half full per se, along with some other traits. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be about it for me. I think that's gonna be it. Thank you guys so much for hanging around. I know these videos get kind of long. I'm trying to keep them short, but thank you guys so much. If you haven't, like, comment, subscribe, share it with a buddy. Maybe I might be going to Full Sail for game design. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'm more than willing to help you guys. And I think that's it, guys. I love you. Peace out. Always keep learning. Never stay stagnant. I am your friend Pixel Viking, and that's it. Later.